Hello everyone and welcome to a new video in our IFS Cloud technical video series. My name is Marcel Aushan, I'm an IFS consultant, and today I want to discuss about managing application configuration packages, or how to transport your configurations into another IFS Cloud environment. So we've seen in the past videos, we created some page configurations with Page Designer. We also created a few custom fields or custom attributes in the customer order entity. And now the next logical step is how do we move these configurations from one environment into another environment. Luckily in IFS Cloud, we have a functionality that's called Application Configuration Package, so ACP. And basically, this is a way of packaging all the configurations that we did in our source environment. We include them or link them to an ACP. And then this ACP we can export and import into a target environment. Now you will see that there's also some validation that happens when you try to import an application config package into a target environment, and the process runs quite smoothly. Usually ACP is something that we could use in order to transport configurations. And when I mean configurations, it's not only custom fields and page configurations, it's also custom events, workflows, quick reports, basically pretty much all the configurations that you do in your IFS Cloud environment, you can package inside an ACP and move it to a target environment. A best practice is to create an ACP for every feature that you have. So maybe you have a CRIM, a configuration which is more complex, which consists of a custom event, workflow, some custom fields and some page configurations. Then it's ideal to package them together and move them across different environments as one unified application configuration package. And I will show you directly in the system how to manage this. So basically, if you remember from the previous videos, if you haven't seen them, please go ahead and watch them. So we created in the customer order page, we created three fields: C approved, internal nodes, and a C customer group. And then we displayed these fields in the customer order. So now here, what we need to do, we have a few elements that we need to add to our ACP. And this would be the three custom fields. Then there is this page configuration for the customer order. And as you know already, for the approved field, which is a yes, no, it's using a yes, no custom enumeration. We also need to add the custom enumeration to this ACP. And in order to do that, we go to a page called entity configuration first. In entity configuration for customer order, here we created our three fields, and you see we have a field for ACP here which is empty at the moment. We just need to select the line and go to the application configuration package command button and say add to package. This will open up an assistant. We can add to an existing package. That's not something we want. We want to create a brand new package for our configuration. So I will just say expand this, create new package, enter a package name, Aushan YouTube for development done during YouTube video recordings. Okay. And now I have my ACP. And you see any dependent configuration that attached to these selected items will be attached to this ACP. In this case, our C approved field, it's also using an yes, no custom enumeration. And also you will see also the custom enumeration will be attached to the application configuration package. But let me go ahead and add the second field, add to package. Now we go to the existing package, Aushan YouTube. Okay. And we go ahead lastly and add the third one to the package, the same package. Typo there, Aushan YouTube. Okay. And now we have all of our three fields added. And if we go into the application configuration package, we can view it directly. and we could see what it contains. Yeah. So it contains 3 custom fields. And the system was smart enough to also add the custom enumeration in here. Yeah, so if it had any, our C approved had a dependency on the yes no custom enumeration, and the system was smart enough, even if we could forget about it, the system is smart enough to add it into the ACP, because obviously the custom field will not work if we don't have the custom enumeration also transported. No? But remember, this is not all that we did. We also did the page configuration, which at the moment is not here. Yeah, so these are only the fields and the custom enumeration. We also need to add the page configuration. Yeah, so that when we import the ACP into the target environment, the customer order page will already display those 3 fields that we created. Yeah, so I'll go to the page configuration. And here for the customer order, you see we have a page configuration which is published, and we just need to add it to the application configuration package. So we add it to the same package, Aushan YouTube. Okay. And now we have it. If we go back to our application configuration package, we could see that now we also have the customer order page configuration. And now all our configurations are kept together inside this ACP. Now this is what we want to have. And then we can simply just export this configuration package. This will export a zip file with a bunch of XML files inside. So there will be an XML file for each of these custom fields and another XML file for the page configuration. I'll say version 1 initial dev, and this will just download the file. I will just save it locally on my downloads folder. Yes, I want to save it. Okay. And now my zip file has been saved, and I can go into the target environment. Yeah? So the target environment will be CFG in this case, and I just want to go to the page configuration. So here I already did a search for customer order. You see I have no page configuration here. If I go to entity configuration, again, in my customer order entity configuration, I have no custom attributes. Yeah? So in this environment, we don't have nor the custom attributes nor the page configurations. Yeah. So now we just want to import it. And to import it, we could go to application configuration package, and there is an import configuration package button here, import configuration package, or we can go through the navigator, import configuration and import configuration package. It will bring us an assistant, and here we just need to drag and drop the zip file. I'll just drag it here. Okay, so now I have my Ausan YouTube zip file. Next, it will just do a validation of the content inside this ACP. It will take a few seconds to do that. And once we see the validation, yeah, we could see here we have all the different custom fields and the custom enumeration, then the 3 custom fields, and also the page configuration and the customer order view. And we can see most of them are new, just the page configuration is modified because the customer order page already exists. So obviously we bring in a modified version of it, which will display the 3 custom fields. We also have a validation status here. Everything is valid except for the customer group, which has an SQL statement, and obviously the system only did a syntactical validation of the SQL statement, but it doesn't really know if we will get any errors or not. No? But we tested this in the previous environment, and we know this should work fine. No? So we have 6 items, 0 errors, 1 warning. So I think we should be good to just import it. Okay, configurations was imported successfully. And now Okay, yes, let me just go quickly to delete the application configuration package. I just did some more tests and I already have an ACP with this name. Let me quickly delete it. So name. Okay, I have it, it's empty. Let me just delete it and now let me import it again. Again, I will just drag the zip file next. Then the validation happens and I will just click on import and hopefully this time it will work properly. Okay, we got the validation results and we can import the ACP, the log file will be generated. Configurations was imported successfully. Okay, this is what we want to see. Okay, now I just got prompted to save the log file. Okay, I save it in my downloads. And now we can go and view the entity configuration, for example, and we could see the fields. But pay attention, the fields will not be published. Yeah, since it's the first time we get some custom fields, custom attributes inside this entity, we will need to publish the entity first and then the attributes, the custom fields will be published as well. You know? But pay attention here because we need to remember here for the C approved, we have a dependency with the custom enumeration. So if we really want to publish, we also need to publish the custom enumeration first. The dependency needs to be approved first. What happens if we just try to publish without publishing the enumeration? Yeah, we get an error message. The error message is not really explicit. We can't really tell what's going on. Yeah, just error details -904. No idea what that means. But we know that if we go to custom enumeration, we should have a yes/no enumeration. Let me just refresh. Yes, we have it here. Yes/no enumeration, which you see is not published and needs to be published. Yeah, so it belongs to this Ocean YouTube ACP, but we need to publish it. We will just publish it. Yeah, and once it's published, yeah, now it's published. Also the values, yes, no, are published, and then we can go back to our entity configuration. And now if I just hit publish, this one should also work. It will take a few seconds, maybe 10-15 seconds. No, it's already done. So the fields are published. Yeah. So the proper sequence is custom enumeration because it has a dependency with a custom field. So we publish the custom enumeration, then we publish the entity configuration, and lastly we need to publish the page configuration, which will display the already published fields. Yeah, this is how it would work. So we go to page configuration, and now we see we have the customer order page, but we see it's not published. Yeah, it's in draft status, and we could just hit the publish button and then it's published. And then finally, if we go to customer order page, we should be able to see these 3 custom fields without us going through the page designer to add anything. Come on, customer order page, open up. Okay, and if I search for one order, okay, I see. Let's wait for the data to load, but I have the C approved field and I have the internal notes, and if I go to order details, I should see the customer group. Yeah, I have it all here. So this is what we expected. Yeah? So we managed to transport the configuration from UAT into CFG by exporting and importing an application configuration package. Yeah? So one thing that you need to pay attention to is the different dependencies that exist for the configurations. So as we see, custom fields could have dependencies on custom enumerations. So you need to publish the custom enumeration first, then publish the custom fields, and then publish the page configurations, which shows the custom fields on the screen. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this video, you found it, and I hope you will find it useful. And thank you very much for your attention. And until next time, stay safe. Bye.